What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Rammstein. Yes, indeed, Rammstein Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Loki, and Loki wanted to see me react to this song by Rammstein called Lugen. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Rammstein, no surprise there, and the video has 3.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Lugen. That's all I got. I do recognize the artwork. I did a reaction to this same artwork before, so I'm gonna assume we're in the right place. If we're not, don't blame me. Blame Loki. He's the one who gave me this link. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Barfuß am Strand lang gehen, in den Sternenhimmel sehen, sich in grüne Wiesen legen, spazieren gehen im Regen, klassische Musik anhören, für immer dir gehören, viele Kinder kriegen und dich für immer lieben.
Hey. I saw that coming.
Ich fluche niemals, bin sehr treu, schlafen gern auch mal im Heu, immer Frühstück an das Bett, kochen allzeit ohne Fett, ganz viel dichten und auch denken, Herz und Seele so verschenken, an jemand, der es wert ist. Und wenn ich fort bin, mich vermisst, Sonntagskaffee und auch Kuchen und die Großmutter besuchen. Alles Lügen, ich lüge und betrüge, ich belüge sogar mich, keiner glaubt mir.
I like that section. Jun 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 jun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and. Yeah, I like that. Actually, it wouldn't be 8 notes, it'd be 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, actually it'd be 16th. My apologies, 16th notes. I guess those triplets. That's nice. That's really nice. Nice switch up. Is it the best song I've ever heard from them? No, but it's far from their least interesting. I'll tell you that right now. I like the usage of the keyboard, utilizing that plucked. I think that's either a, I want to say harp. I want to say it's a harp. It might be a harp. Using that harp patch. Dum, boom, boom, dum, 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 dum. I like that. It's nice. It feels good. It's not a lot of people might be under the misconception that that's a guitar. No, it is not. No, it's not. Listen very carefully. That's either a harp patch or it's a plucked, maybe violin, but I'm leaning more toward viola patch. I'm not sure which. It sounds to me like it's a harp. Very nice. It gives it, the notation is there, but it gives it a lot of space, a lot of emptiness. It's very effective for this style of song. Utilizing the switch ups between fullness and emptiness, I like that. When the band does come in, they come in strong. I like it. Vocally, Till's vocals, very fitting for the song. When it does kick in full and he sings fully, it sounds good. I got no issues with this. I got no problems with this. It sounds good. It sounds really good. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. It's keeping me vested. I'm not bored. So that's always a good sign. Trust me. Trust me. That's a good sign. Let's keep going here. Let's see how this goes.
Nichts zu heilen, ich verspreche nur, ich spreche nichts. Doch ich muss mich wirklich eilen. Die Wahrheit kommt doch eh ans Licht. Ich täusche gut, hab viel Geduld. Und wer's glaubt, ist selber schuld. Alle lügen, doch ich viel mehr. Ich glaube mir schon selbst nicht mehr. Lügen, alles Lügen.
Are we gonna get those couplets again? Hope we do. Powerful vocal band. Nice ending. Effective ending. Bill, 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 dot, dot, dot. And leave us hanging. Well done. Well done with that ending. I like that ending. That makes perfect sense. Wasn't expecting it. It was unexpected, but it makes perfect sense for the song. Honestly, I got no complaints about this at all. This was a fun listen. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Rammstein with Lugen. This was a request from Lokai. Okay, I have a score, and I have a feeling the score is going to surprise quite a few people. Quite a few people are going to be kind of shocked by the score I'm going to be giving here. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a good way, and more of in a surprising and probably questioning way. I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of people are going to be questioning why I'm giving the score after I give it. But I promise you, I have my reasons. And when I give my reasons, I think people will understand why I'm giving the score that I'm giving. Let's get to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, if this might shock a few people, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. I know a lot of people right now are questioning this, like 8.1? What? I thought it would be down in the 6s, maybe 7s. Why an 8.1? I promise you we're going to get to that. Let me first explain what an 8.1 means. An 8.1 would translate out to a great scale rating. So overall, believe it or not, I think this is a great song. And I have my reasons, I promise. We'll get to it. It'll also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A-. So there you go, an 8.1, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? That is a great question. Let me tell you how it happened, guys. It's definitely a journey. I'm not gonna lie, when the video ended, when the song ended, and I started getting my thoughts together, my initial score, we were down in the low to mid 7s, like somewhere like in a 7.2 to 7.5 range. That's where I really was kind of at first. But the more I thought about this song, it came up in score. And it came up in score for 2 very specific reasons. One, how should I explain this? Making good decisions. Making good decisions when it came to songwriting and arranging. That was one thing. Number 2, from those good decisions, applying them in ways that were pleasing to the ear and applying them in ways that sometimes made sense, sometimes didn't make sense, but regardless of whether it made sense or not, sounded good. So that's what it really came down to more than anything else. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most impressive song I've heard from Rammstein. I've heard far more impressive songwriting. I've heard far more interesting songs from Rammstein in regards to this, but it still does not negate the fact that this is a great song for all the reasons I'm about to list. Number 1, the songwriting. Let's talk about some decisions that were made and how they affected the score in a very positive way. Utilizing the voicings that they did with the keyboard, utilizing, I believe that is a harp voice patch. Very nice. And for a number of reasons. One, notationally, what was being played makes perfect sense. But listen, you could use any patch for that. You could use a strings patch for that. You could use a woodwind patch. You could have used a clarinet patch there, and it would have sounded just fine. But I think utilizing the decision, the choice, the good decision here to utilize a harp voicing, I think that was very smart. It has the impact, it has that percussive attack, but very quickly decays down, like in a swoop. So you have this very impactful attack, and it very quickly decays out to create a void, to create an emptiness. The note is still resonating, but nowhere near as resonating as it was, a 1/10 of a second ago, to a 1/10 of a second ago, to a 1/10 of a second ago. It decays rapidly, but still resonates all the way through. Great decision to utilize a harp voice. I'm almost positive that's a harp. It could be a violin or a viola. Between the two, I'm leaning more toward viola, but I believe it's a harp voicing. Smart decision to utilize that. Not utilizing anything else, not utilizing like a square wave or, you know, some other crazy voice with a whole bunch of digital effect on there, or utilizing some other acoustic voicing, woodwind voice, or even another, or even a brass vocal, maybe like a French horn. No, I think the voice they used was the right choice. When the band would come in, fully impactful, it made sense. Again, a good decision. The first time it kicked in, caught me off guard, caught me by surprise in a very pleasing way, was not expecting it. So again, another good decision. Not predictable at all. I kept waiting. That's another thing that kind of made this song really nice for me, is it wasn't predictable. I kept waiting. For example, when they brought in the first time that triplet, that jun 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 jun, to the on the fourth beat, having it be 16ths, straight 16ths. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 and a 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 and a. I loved that. I thought that was really cool, unexpected. I thought they were gonna do, when they started off with the triplets, I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna keep the triplets all the way through. Nope. On 4, 16th notes, unexpected. And then I kept waiting for it to come back. I was really hoping it would come back. Now here's where a trade-off happens, and this is a weird trade-off, but this is what helped bring the score up. Personally, on a personal level, I would have loved to have heard that again. I would have loved to have heard that subdivision work, that triplet into the 16th, but they didn't. They left you wanting more. From a songwriting standpoint, that was very intelligent, a smart decision. I may not personally have enjoyed that. I would have probably personally enjoyed it more if they had, but they left me on the edge of my seat. They left me hanging. They left me wanting more. And as a result, I gotta say that was a smart choice. I think it was absolutely the right decision to make. That ending made perfect sense. I thought for sure we were gonna have, you know, the big hit on the downbeat of 1, you know, and just let it decay, you know, or worse, they would have kept riffing and let it just linear fade. I'm so glad they didn't do that. The ending they did, I thought, was very smart for a number of reasons. Number one, I don't know if they played this song live. If they do play this song live and they end it that way, it would be perfect for 2 reasons. One, immediately segue into the next song. Whatever the next song might be, make sure it's a contrasting song. Don't let it be a complimentary song. Something that sounds completely different. Or 2, I know this is going to be a bit of a stretch, but work with me here, folks. What if they ended the show with this? End the show with that, you know, 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a. Lights go off, everything goes off, and then they play their exiting track. Some grandioso orchestral piece that ends it out. And then they come out, take their bows, and they leave. That would work, wouldn't it? That would absolutely work in a very anticlimactic way. A climatic yet anticlimactic way. I think that's really cool. I could absolutely see this being used as the last song of the set. This is it. This is the end of the show. They're going to take their bows and leave. I could absolutely see this working in that situation. The chordal progression made perfect sense all the way through. Melodic lines made sense. I loved Till's vocals on this. I think Till's vocals in each individual section was done appropriately and fitting within the context of the song. I'm not going to sit here and say it was the most impressive, but there was one section, I think it was the second chorus, where his vocals really came up. You know, not from a pitch standpoint, but from a delivery standpoint, from a power and projection standpoint. I liked that. It was a good contrast. Now, overall, like I said, this really, more than anything, it came down to decision making and taking what they had written, making some really good choices, some really good decisions to make it the most impactful. And I think it was a really really well done job. I think I'll even say it just flat out. I think they did a great job. I think they did a great job, which is why I'm giving them the great score of 8.1. And I know that 8.1 right now are blowing people's minds, going, is he really giving this an 8.1 compared to some of the other songs he's listened to that are far more driving, far more, powerful and feel and like, yeah, you're absolutely right. But like I said, decision making good decisions to make it the most impactful song that they can make it. And they really demonstrated that here. So yeah, 8.1. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.